Hello guys, welcome back, and in today's video I wanted to talk about Getian. Now, there's a lot of people saying, hey, I don't know if it's gonna be good, I don't know if it's gonna be bad, like stuff like that, I don't know, he might be treated as a guinea pig because he has a new mechanic, and the mechanic, we don't know if it's gonna be good yet, stuff like that. It's gonna be up to us actually testing him out after he comes out. And now we have Extreme Talent that just came out like couple hours ago, that you can find on my channel as well, where you can check, and we're gonna check it together. It explains everything kind of about Getian's kit. It's gonna tell us what it does, and without the numbers, of course. So we're gonna go check out that. But before we do, I need to also specify that if he's good, it's probably gonna be a power creep character, like a replacement for, like a better option for Bkorn Bloom. I say kind of because that's true and not true at the same time. What do I mean by that? In certain aspects, he might be better as a choice. In other aspects, Bkorn might be still better in some other aspects. First of all, Getian needs a lot of reality characters. He needs reality characters with him to make him flow well, right? Especially at P0, to make him flow well. You will see why, and we'll talk about it more in just a second. So in those cases where you don't want to bring, or you can't bring, or you don't need to bring multiple reality characters, then all you need is some CCs. Now Bkorn Bloom gets back some value, right, and some priority over him, depending on the encounter that you're doing. So I think that if you want to go back like super hard on reality, you might want to bring Getian instead. Or if you need a little bit more CC, or you want to be doing some certain things with mixed teams, certain like mechanics with mixed teams. So like, okay, I'm bringing like Tooth Fairy, and I'm bringing Bkorn Bloom, and I don't know, Calabauna, for example, right? In that case, Getian would lose some value. So we're gonna check the Extreme Talent right now and check what it does, and then discuss more about it, and let's try to form an opinion on how the character is gonna be. Let me mute this, otherwise it's gonna overlap with the audio of the video. Let me go. This is the first skill. This is the first skill.
The bones and dive down, dealing reality damage to one target.
Yep.
And inflicting Shape of Bones on it.
Yep. Okay, so Shape of Bones is a debuff minus reality death, and when they get attacked, we don't know the numbers yet. We'll see them when it comes out. And when they get attacked, the guy with the Shape of Bones also take extra damage, extra Genesis damage, which is most likely gonna be the same value as the other Genesis damage, which I think it's like 30% of the owner's attack. It might be that, it might be 20. I don't remember on the top of my head. It's one of those two. Let's go move on.
The enemy in Shape of Bones status will suffer decreased reality defense and take additional Genesis damage when under any attack.
Yep. Pretty good. This is the channel attack.
Getian will start to channel and enter Bone Reading status, which provides him with a certain amount of Eureka.
Yeah, the Eureka, I think you saw it, right? Yeah, he gets 2 Eureka in this case. He got 2 Eureka. Now, there's a weird moment here where he loses the Eureka and he loses the buff. Now, I don't know if this means anything, because he should be doing what it's going to tell you that it's going to do, but it doesn't do it. So maybe don't worry about that. But we will be testing him out when he comes out in 1.6. So yeah, I'll be testing him on live on stream, so you can come check, right? So he loses Eureka now. Look, he lost it. He gained 1 because of the card, but it loses the Eureka and the buff as well. That makes no sense. We'll explain you why.
If he's in Bone Reading status at the end of the round, he may consume the required amount of Eureka and cast Admonition.
Admonition. He consumed the Eureka, but he didn't cast Admonition. Oh, the reason might be that he only casts Admonition on people that have the Shape of Bones.
Will deal reality damage to the enemy
afflicted with Shape of Bones
status.
Yeah, so if they don't have Shape of Bones, they don't get hit by Admonition. So that's why maybe we didn't see.
He may consume the required amount of Eureka and cast Admonition. Admonition will deal reality damage to the enemy afflicted with Shape of Bone status. If he doesn't have enough Eureka at the end of the round, he will consume all of the existing Eureka to cast Admonition.
Yeah, so basically, if it needs to consume 3, let's say it does not. Let's say it consumes 2. Consumes 2 Eureka. If you have 1, it's gonna consume everything, right? If you have like 3, you're gonna be left with 1. Let's say like that, okay? To cast Admonition. This is the ult.
Getian will rise into the air and play his bone flute, creating a special array.
This is the domain.
A prophecy told for certain rounds.
A prophecy
which
told.
Inflicts Shape of Bones on all enemies and
provides
him with Eureka.
3 Eureka in this case. Now, Shape of Bones on all enemies, pretty good. So this means that you can set him up in a different way. Instead of doing the channel before, you want to rush the ult, do the ult. You can do it, you can need to rush, but after you do the ult, now you're more powerful because in the moment you channel, everybody's going to be hit by Admonition.
All allies in a prophecy told will receive a damage bonus.
Yeah, also buffs damage. I think it was crit damage. We'll see.
And the reality damage dealers will be especially strengthened.
More damage for reality damage. That's what I was talking about before. It needs like full party of reality.
I forgot to tell you this before I started.
Yeah, now this says like new mechanic.
Is a new mechanism. It's a field effect that continuously affects the allies in battle. Please note that firstly, arrays of different categories cannot stack. Secondly, for all enemies and allies, only one array can be active at the same time. And thirdly, the previous array will be replaced when a new one is cast.
Okay, this is where it's at. This is where the concerning are coming from, especially from me. I think this might backfire or might be super good. It depends entirely on the devs and what encounters they do in the future, right? Because this is a new mechanic, which means that we might see this in-game from the enemies as well, because it says that they cannot stack, they cannot coexist at the same time. One replaces the other, and the order is the later one replaces the one that was there before. So if I do my domain and I do it wrong at the wrong time, and the boss does his domain, my domain will be cancelled, which is a problem, right? So is it because they're very strong? Like, so they could kind of like fix it, kind of save it by doing making it so every domain is extremely powerful. So even though you don't get to use it for too long because it's too powerful, at least you reap like some benefits, and then it gets replaced. Otherwise, it would be really annoying because it would mean that you can't set up for too much, right? Oh, okay, I'm doing the ult. I'm planning to have the ult next turn as well, but next turn the enemy does their domain, yours get cancelled because it was there before and they can't coexist. So now your buff that you were counting on are not there anymore, right? So this is a kind of an important situation to check and see, and it's gonna be hard to check immediately. And that's why people were concerned, because we don't know what's coming, right? In the future, we might get like a new raid boss or a new mechanic or a new limbo boss or a new story boss. We don't know. Or a domain present in U2, or a domain present by default in Limbo that makes it so you can use yours, or gradually reapplies itself. So you need to like constantly battle it up with your domain. So it's gonna be a little iffy situation. We're gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna probably test it, and this is where I want to see if this new mechanic is gonna be good or not. Because I like the concept, but the application might be problematic in certain aspects. There has a chance that might make this problematic. But the cool thing is that, going back to the character, is that you can do this domain, and if they don't have it, you benefit from it for a long time. Buffs for everybody, buffs for reality members. So it's gonna be really good.
Remember these rules, and forget about my oversight. Back to business.
Now he's going to talk about the insight.
Getian will gain certain points of Moxie if 3 or more reality damage dealers are joining the battle.
3 or more reality damage dealers are joining battle with him. Now, if it's a 3-man party, you're going to start with 2 Moxie. Actually, this looks like a 3-man. If it's a 3-man party, it's going to start with 3 Moxie, because I'm assuming it also counts himself, because otherwise they would show here, they would show the 4th member, right? If it was a 4th member party. It says 3 or more reality damage, which means that if you are full party of reality, it's going to start with 4 Moxie. Now, this is extremely big, right? This is very, 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 very important. And thank God it is behind Insight and not behind the portrait. It might also be behind the portrait, but at least this is a good start, which means that you can rush the ult. You just have to do 2 skills. You do 2 skills, and you get, or maybe fuse 1 for later, and you're done, right? So, and now you can do your, start with your ult already set up, do the ult, do the channel, do the skill inside the channel, and everybody's gonna get hit by admonition. You can do the skill on the boss, so it gets more debuffs. On top of everything else, your ally are boosted immediately. So it might be really good, or you might want to keep your ult and wait to line it up with everybody else's ult if you're trying to do like some nuke, right? But this is really good.
With him. The critical rate and critical damage of his skill Admonition will be increased when he's in a Prophecy Told.
Yeah, crit rate, crit damage increase if it's inside the domain. The domain is called a Prophecy Told for him.
When he reaches Insight 3,
he
will inflict Shape of Bones on 1 random enemy at the beginning of each round.
Pretty good. So that way you don't have to manually attack everybody if you don't have the ult at the beginning of each round, which means that if you can do your skill on one, and then automatically someone else is going to get inflicted by it, and you can maybe attack the one that didn't get inflicted from I3, right? And get and have immediately 2 people debuffed.
And receive additional Eureka if he's in a
Prophecy Told when the round ends. So after you do the ult, which you can kind of do immediately if you're running a full reality, right? He gets 4 Eureka. 4 Eureka, right? This is, I'm assuming this has to be P0, right? There's no way they're showcasing a character at maximum portrait. So this is gonna be really big, because if you're like inside Prophecy Told, you're gonna and you channel, right? You do your channel, and you're gonna be using Eureka to blast the enemies, right? And you have at least two times you can do that, at least 2 uses, because if it uses 2 Eureka, I think it might use 2 Eureka. You use 2 Eureka and you do your attack. Everybody's debuffed, so everybody's gonna get hit, and then you can do it twice because you have all of this Eureka here, right?
When Pretty the round good. Ends.
So that's it.
Music is the vital.
Yeah, that's it. So the character looks that it could be really good, right? It could be a replacement for Bkorn Bloom in certain aspects. We don't know yet about the mechanic, about the domain. So let me know in the comment. Right, we'll see about that. I'll be testing him out. I'll get him and test him out on twitch.tv/Jakazin. In the meantime, what do you think about it? Do you think it's gonna be good? Are you gonna pull for him? Are you gonna pull for him when he comes in global? What are your plans about him? Okay, I wanna know that. Talk to me now. Smash the like button. Did it lit? It's gotta be litting at some point. Or like subscribe. Did it lit? Is the button like shining? It should shine. I don't know why it's not shining, but anyway, thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.